Hey guys, welcome back to a special little update on the Cows channel. We're going to talk about some comments from John, name I can't pronounce but don't care because it turns out he's a jerk, and he's from EA, so you know he's a jerk. But before that, I want to apologize to everyone on the channel. See, there was kind of an oopsie. You can probably see my little project we almost finished. I played 3 hours of Symphony of War today as part of my recording sessions, and they were really fun, and I will go over them in the next video because I'm pretty sure that this video, OBS is really fun and easy to use, and every once in a while it just takes a massive dump. And in this case, it somehow only recorded the first 10 seconds of footage, but all of my audio. So I have multiple stages of Symphony of War where you can hear the awesomeness that is going on, but see a map. It's completely unusable unless you want some kind of weird auditory experience. So we're going to be missing a couple of stages. I'm sorry. Thankfully, none of the stages were super hard, or like there was a couple of things that happened that I'll have to go over. I really love Symphony of War, so I'm not going to drop the game over this, but I'm going to have to do something that I didn't want to do. I don't usually pick Iron Man saving rules, but play as Iron Man save rules, because I think that cheating sucks if you're going to do it for YouTube. But I'm going to have to start using multiple save files. It's the only... So that way, it will suck that I've lost the footage, but I can easily remake it. Whereas, if I don't do that, we have situations like this, where I'm out of luck. Those 3 stages are gone. They can't come back. Most importantly, though, we will keep doing Symphony of War. Live Alive is in today is the 16th. Live Alive is in 6 days. I have requested some time off because my work has really sucked the last 6 months, and I'm going to get to enjoy them after a lot of rehiring, retraining. My manager was really happy that I was there to help train and answer questions and take care of stuff, but it's time for the cow to relax with a really cool retro RPG, go see the Thor movie, which I have not had time to do, and just, really enjoy himself. So, in the comments below, of course, you can like and subscribe, as well as follow me on Twitter to always know what I'm thinking, as well as when the next video comes out, because YouTube is not always great about telling you. But also, let me know if there are games coming up on the horizon for the channel. We have Live Alive on the 22nd. And then just a couple of short weeks later, oh my gosh, we finally have the release of 2 Point Campus, which we've been looking forward to all summer long. Hopefully the heat wave here in Texas will be gone by that time. But that is your quick little channel update. I also want to talk about what the current CEO of Unity said. You're a not safe for work idiot if you don't think about monetization during the creative process. Now, we are going to give all credit to Demi Williams and GameSpot, who wrote this article. But basically, he's a former EA boss, and he's the current head of Unity. Unity is probably the most popular game engine on the market today. In fact, even a lot of AAA publishers will use Unity instead of making their own internal things, because Unity is so wonderful and easy to use and looks really fantastic. And that's not hard. But here's some stuff that he said. Ferrari and some of the other high-end car manufacturers still use clay and carving knives. I'm going to call him John R because I can't pronounce his. Riccitiello? It's a very small portion of the gaming industry that works that way, and some of these people are my favorite people in the world to fight with. They're the most beautiful and pure, brilliant people. They're also some of the biggest effing idiots. So, basically, as you read through the article, you understand that what he's talking about is things like microtransactions and continuously putting stuff out. What he says is early on in the process of making your game, you should figure out how to monetize it as much as possible, whether that be through microtransactions, pay to win stuff, bonuses. Just it's definitely not something that I think a lot of gamers, and even more and more or individual or in small end publishers, are really looking for in their games today. But the industry divides people between those who hold still to that philosophy and those who massively embrace how to figure out what makes a successful product. And I don't know a successful artist anywhere that doesn't care about what their player thinks. This is where the cycle of feedback comes back, and they can choose to ignore it. But to choose to not know at all is not a great call. But basically, he is saying that, you should know what they're saying, but figure out how to milk them. Now, again, he is a former boss at EA. And as the great Total Biscuit would say, EA is really good about not wanting your time and money. They want all your time and all your money. Their soccer and other sports games are really guilty of this, baking in massive amounts of microtransactions, as well as like ways to just make you have to grind hours a day so that you don't have time for another company's games. You can't play stuff. This is endless games are really important about this as well. Games that take hundreds of hours to complete because they just want you to grind, because that way you're playing their game and their competition is not making any money. It is a really terrible thing, and I think that a lot more of the world is starting to wake up to how predatory loot boxes and microtransactions are actually becoming. There's nothing wrong with having some monetization in your game. Like, I played Fate Grand Order for a long time, and even though the loot boxes were, difficult at times, the game was still very fun and easy to play with servants that you did not have to buy. As well as the fact that they actually did something nice, which is several times a year they'd say, hey, if you want a rare servant, if you pay for this, you are guaranteed one rare servant. And every once in a while, I would get more than one. And there's nothing wrong with that because they're upfront with how difficult it is and what you're going to possibly get. But a lot of other companies are not. And we have some backlash. For instance, this wonderful person here who looks like Sonic the Hedgehog. I strongly disagree with John. With what that scumbag doesn't realize is some people simply enjoy making games for fun, or to educate, or to share a thought, idea, or experience. Those creators and games are absolutely valid, and their process should not be condemned. Here we have another. I made Apple's iPhone Game of the Year in 2018, Donut County, using Unity, but according to the CEO, I'm a big idiot for not making Whole IO, the free-to-play game that ripped it off. And if you remember what Ben Esposito is saying, that was a really big thing. He made the Game of the Year, and then some free-to-play game that was trying to steal all of your money and through monetization just came on like a very short time later, ripping it off, and a lot of people called them out on that. Also, we have Mr. Hackett. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your video. I think you're Mr. I honestly don't know. We have developer Hackett here, who worked on If Found, responded on Twitter with, John R. thinks I'm an idiot. I think he's a greedy capitalist pig who only cares about money. I'm so tired of people like him ruining things that I love. Now, John tweeted out his words were taken out of full context. Deeply sorry. Here's the catch. If what I said offended any game dev. He didn't apologize. He apologized if you were offended by it. And this is... Let's look at it real quick, too. Let's look at the full comment. Clickbait, out of context. Deeply sorry if what I said offended any game developer. Absolutely love the people that make games, creative hard work. This is the line that makes me wonder. Deeply sorry if what I said offended any game dev. When people respond like that, what they usually mean is, hey, sorry you didn't like what I said. Not, hey, I'm sorry I should not have said that. This isn't the first time he's commented on monetization, and in 2011, he defended the use of microtransactions, saying it's a great model and represents a substantial better future for the industry. But Unity has faced criticism after it laid off 200 workers shortly before acquiring IronSource in a $4.4 billion all-stock deal. John R. reportedly assured employees 2 weeks before the news that there would be no layoffs during a hands-on meeting, but went on to lay off 4% of its work. Wow, 4% is 200 people? That's a big company. So, yeah. Basically, you should play the games that you want to play. You should enjoy the things that you want to enjoy. These developers are idiots. Not all of them, just the ones from certain AAA publishing games. They their names rhyme with EA or Activision Blizzard. They really just care about taking all of your money. They are caring less and less about putting out a product that you're going to enjoy. They want to make endless games for you to grind endlessly. It's a tactic that too many AAA publishers are doing. In fact, recently, and I can't find the article I would show it, there's been consideration that first-person shooters like Call of Duty or Medal of Honor have such big save files, not necessarily because the games need them, but because they recognize that it makes it harder for you to put other AAA first-person shooters on your computer or console. Which is ridiculous. Literally, we're going to take up way too much room so you can't play other games. Why don't you just put up a game that people actually want? Because it's easier to do this. Guys, this is just an article that really made me mad. I'm thinking of doing these A Cow's Opinion articles at least every Sunday and going to a 7, because this is really fun and easy to make. And I can just record small snippets of the game, of any articles I see, and we can just have like a weekly wrap-up of anything cool I saw in the gaming industry. But guys, let me know in the comments what you think. Sorry for the Symphony of War mistake. I hope you guys are having a wonderful summer, staying cool and hydrated, as I am trying in the middle of a Texas heat wave. It's going to be a high of 107 next week. I am the Cow. Play more games, because games are awesome, and you deserve that awesome. And I'll see you later.